Hey everybody, it's Crystal B from crystalbastrology.com. And today I want to talk about the July 4th into the 5th lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And this is a really important planetary event because it's going to be closing us out of eclipse season. And, you know, it's also happening on the 4th of July, where it's the United States birthday, and anybody or any country or any, entity that has an eclipse, whether it be a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse that happens on your birthday, you can expect a lot of big things to happen for you in the coming year. So anybody who has their birthday from the beginning of July until around the 6th or even the 7th, I would say, you definitely can expect a pretty eventful year. Who's going to feel it the most? Probably people within a day or two. So July 3rd to, the 5th, even a little bit into the 6th. But what does it mean? Well, for all of us who are not necessarily celebrating our birthday on July 4th, it means that this is the final wrap up of a 3-part eclipse series, a 3-part eclipse story. And I use this image here for my background. I'm sure you see the kites. I think of the kites as the kites of fate. And this image is created by Jen's Fine Art. She's so amazing, and she does all these amazing moon pieces for me every month. And so this month is a celebration of a lot of her images. I'm using them as my background. But this one was made, I can't remember when she made this one. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. But I wanted to use it here because the kites are symbolic to me as the kites of fate. And whenever eclipses are happening, there is a lot of fated energy that comes into play. There's always free will, absolutely. But sometimes things happen because they need to happen, and it's absolutely out of our control. And I think a lot of 2020, the energy of 2020, is really symbolic of so many things being out of our control. And, we have to kind of loosen up the reins a little bit in order to let things unfold in the way that they need to. And this eclipse is very symbolic of that. It's in Capricorn, and something that's really important about the story, the alignment of the planets at the peak of the full moon eclipse, is that we have Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, who has backtracked into Capricorn. And that actually happened on the 1st of July. He left the terrain of Aquarius, where he was testing the water since the end of March. And now Saturn has re-emerged into the sign of Capricorn, the place that he's been since the end of 2017. So when I think about this eclipse, not only is it wrapping up this 3-part series this eclipse season, I feel like it's wrapping up so much of the story for people that have had major changes happen to them since at the end of 2017. If you've gone through a lot of breakdowns in order for rebuilds, or if have made some significant moves, whether it be family-wise, status-wise, career-wise, relationship-wise, I'm sure that Saturn in Capricorn has been a catalyst of that. So, we all, you, me, everyone, we're all different than we were at the end of 2017. Every year, 2018, 2019, and even half of 2020 that we've gone through, all of these things, all of these events have changed us and changed our outlook and our perception and our perspective. And Capricorn is about breaking things down in order to rebuild. It is the sign of the bones. And there's no doubt that many bones have metaphorically broken, and we're in the process of rebuilding. But maybe there is something else that needs to let go. And maybe you don't know what that is, or maybe you do know what it is. Or maybe we have to let the kites of fate kind of take a hold and do what they need to in order to align us and get us on the path that we need to go. Because that's what eclipses do. They really help, even though it may be super stressful in the moment, they really help us kind of, take our ship and, align it or steer it in the direction that we really need to go in. And something that is really great about this eclipse, despite some of the tension, because we always feel tension during eclipse season, no matter what, even if you have wonderful and beautiful things happening, there's always what I like to call a price to be paid. You can't get something without having to give something up. And this is a lunar eclipse, so there has to be some sort of loss factor or some sort of goodbye. But what's really great about this eclipse story is that we have Uranus that's supporting the moon. And what does that mean? It means that there's going to be some sort of sense of freedom or some sort of desire or urge or momentum to get in touch with what we need to say goodbye to in order to be free. And that means a lot for a lot of that looks different for a lot of us. So try to think about, like, what are you trying to break away from? What are you trying to where are you trying to be free? Where are you trying to kind of be moving free, free flowing ahead? Uranus wants to help you do that. And, it is eventful. This will definitely be an eventful eclipse, because not only are eclipses in general eventful, but we've got Saturn in the 29th degree. And that is, anytime you have a big player operating in a, critical degree, which the 29th degree is, there is going to be some sort of, event that needs to happen in order for us to, to go to the next level, to, to move into the direction that we ultimately need to go into. So something else, and again, I have in my member horoscopes, I have the full planetary story, visually outlined, because remember, everything with astrology is a visual. My name is Crystal, but I'm not staring into a crystal ball as I give you this information. I'm actually staring at the picture of the planets, which I always look at before I do any of these videos or before I write any of my horoscopes, because I have to look at what is the picture saying. And the picture here is saying rebuild, let go, and break free. That's really the key components. So I wish everyone a lot of luck in where this eclipse takes you. Happy birthday to the United States. Happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday on this eclipse. And for all of you, changes are ahead. Changes are ahead. And it is going to be very interesting to see where all of us land after this final eclipse in Capricorn. It definitely is going to be speaking, in high volumes to many of us. So good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.